how we can do the right things using this opportunity with the migration or conversion, whatever, to S/4HANA, as I think this is a very good opportunity to get rid of a lot of things that drag from deep past. So we call that sometimes legacy. And maybe you wonder about this picture, and yeah, it has a context in this part. I will come later to this. I would only like to put your attention on this one device. This is the main focus of this picture. So you can see something that I think that is called crank, and was more than 100 years ago a kind of standard equipment of every car, even considered as a sort of comfort, you can see. So maybe that is also sometimes used as a fancy thing, but definitely there is right now completely forgotten, and I will come back to this later on with some. This is one of my examples. So right now we have this situation. Yeah. So this crank, that there was a kind of thing. I call it relict of second industrial revolution, which disappeared completely after the third industrial revolution. And my message is that in these thousands of SAP environments working all around the world, there are still a lot of such a things, such a cranks. So the question to you is whether we still moving to the fourth, the Industry 4, so which is connected with the next industrial revolution. Are we going to still keep these cranks in our solutions or not? Yes. So right now in cars there is nothing such a thing like crank. Definitely we may find a lot of reasons to keep this still, but the fact is that it's not there. Yeah, and this is three messages. I think that's my ambition, that you take from these three kind of observation conclusions something to think about. What are the right things when we talk about SAP implementations? Second, why is necessary to do the right things in the right way? Of course, everything in context of SAP Activate, because I'm going to tell you more about the newest official SAP methodology called SAP Activate. Yeah, and this is a result of my discussions recently, as this presentation evolved among recent days, even yesterday. As I heard that agile is maybe nice, but it's completely not to agree with fixed price projects, and I'm going to show you that this is exactly opposite. Yeah, so right now a couple of slides just bringing this a kind of illustration what I define the legacy, something this is obsolete, but we still keep this in our solutions. So, and the way we are doing with this. So again, I hear many times, and I'm more than 20 years in this business, that the best we should at the beginning of any big SAP endeavor, like conversion even to S/4HANA, do the evaluation as is, to collect the processes, to refine them. And I would ask, what the reason is of this activity? If we are going to do a leap, we are going to do a jump to the new technology. So what is the purpose of doing evaluation of this state when we are going to this one? Consider this. What we can take from that point in this case, and that was also a kind of a revolution when the transport organized by carts and horses yeah, that at some point there was a need to jump to cars. So would you still try to improve this one, so that never you come to this? Yeah. Next slide shows yeah, kind of people always, and I face this all the time on my projects. So I'm also on projects where I'm on the need to do the cranks because the customer is requesting me to do it. So I'm clear with this. So this is not ideal situation that you can go and say to the customer, no, right now we make a revolution, no cranks. We can minimize the amount of these obsolete things, but definitely we fail at some points. And one of these points is sentiment. People are sentimental. So they like to keep the way they are doing right now because they like this. Simply, they will tell you a lot of reasons why business reasons, and people are very creative in finding convincing reasons why to keep something which is obviously obsolete just because they love this. So in this case, we are also on our projects making such a things. Of course, this is an illustration because if I started to show you a kind of code explaining the function, so that will be a long story about this. So right now, I hope you understand this message. Yeah, that if we rely on that what the people are telling us on the project, what they expect from us, then we land obviously in many cases in such an environment. And in some points we fail, and of course world is changing. So even if there is any company that because of the sentiment of many reasons within like to stay, so again go to S4HANA because there is this the end of maintenance upcoming, but still reactivate the obsolete things with this. They can do this, but at some point they will find themselves in this situation as the entire infrastructure around is changing. So even now, this is not possible to make a transportation with cart and horses, of course with some exceptions to in the villages or in the middle of the town, but in general I cannot imagine right now someone making transport with a horse, because first there are no stations to feed the horses and many things making it impossible. So there are really a lot of reasons we should and shall keep the line that especially this occasion it's upcoming with the migration to S4HANA is very good opportunity to rethink the way we are doing the business, and our customers are doing the business and to get rid with all these obsolete transactions. Yeah, and this is a slide from I had the presentation a year ago with this. This is about organizational change management. Yeah, definitely. This was in the presentation of Jarosław and also mentioned by I forgot his name right now. The need, because digital transformation, I think this is very good name right now. This is not pure marketing. This is in 2 words. We have everything we need to do this. Of course, majority of people focus on the first part, on digital, about the toys, such a things, yeah, of course. But the second is even more important, transformation. And who should transform? Organization, which is going to use this digital technology. So our projects, there are 2 parts involved in this change. First is the IT component. This component is mainly SAP with some other applications, but also organization is the need of the change. So you cannot imagine that you take this one. Let me come back to this slide, to this one. Still maintaining habits from this era. So then you need to change the company culture, everything. Everything, because, and we know already, and this is about the sentiment, people love horses. But we also know already that people love cars. So this is the mindset change in between. We need to change in this transformation. We need to change the mindset from the people, from the riders of the horses, to the chauffeurs. Yeah. So they will also love their cars, but they need some time and need leadership in this. Yeah. And I'm going right now to this one slide and to the presentation of Jarosław. There was one thing missing on the slide with people that are needed for the conversion. I would put also the owner of the change, the sponsor and the vision. So somebody who owns the vision and expects some additional value caused by this change, by this transformation. We are not doing a migration to S/4HANA just because we are forced to do this. It will come at some point, but right now we can also use this as a momentum, as a point to improve the way we are doing business. And this is a nice picture from my beloved movie Matrix, and this nice guy gave in this film the lesson about causality. So then if the cause of this, what we are doing is expectation of the business value. We are doing this for the customer, so they can make the business more effective, whatever, make more money. And the last point, my hobby is from this slide. My hobby is evaluation of the load failures. So the most recent was like by Lidl. There was a lot of noise about this, so I'm sure you heard about this. So evaluating this, studying this, I found that all these cases were caused by exactly not doing the right things. So this is about the first part, why it is necessary to do the right things. And right things is a change of the mindset and change of the way the business is doing the things. Normally the legacy is originated from very deep past. So this is of course automated already by some local applications, department domains. That of course we know this word silo. And in the very nature of this is sequential. So one department is doing something with data, then shifting this to the other department. ERP technology is working in the way like social network. Everything happens in the same time, real time and concurrent processing. And this is the difference. And right now, to that what I have started. So we connect digital transformation mainly with these nice tools like forming the concept of intelligent enterprise, like Internet of Things, machine learning, which is a part of artificial intelligence, and some cloud computing, whatever. And I found, I made on OpenSAP a training about machine learning, and it came across my mind that we are going to learn machines, because machine learning is very specific. This is not programming, that are not humans that program the machines how they should act. We give them, no, we are going to give them our data, our templates of our behaviors, and they learn by themselves. So this is a kind of provocation, this slide, of course. So if thinking and learning, the machines come to this, that we are learning, we are teaching them with the wrong templates, showing still something what is sentimental, coming from deep past, so maybe they come to the conclusion that we are simply the weak component of this environment, and the best best use they can make of us is to put us to use us as power cells. So this is also the picture from Matrix. But again, this is a joke, a kind of provocation. So right now I'm coming to the second part, and this is a very good moment because it's already 50% of my time. Yeah, so right in SAP Activate is definitely an agile methodology. Agile means following the agile manifesto, values and